chaos. We are experiencing things that, for most Americans, we've never experienced. But there have been chaotic times before. I was reading about the Blitz during World War II that took place in England, primarily in London, but in port cities around England. And from September 1940, from the beginning, I think it was September 6th, from that day and 56 days in a row later, there was a systematic bombing of many targets, plants, manufacturing plants, but over 1 million homes were lost during this 56 days of bombing, days and nights of bombing. And there were over 40,000 civilians who lost their lives. It was certainly a chaotic time. And from this time, there were many great stories of heroism that were told later. One such story is that during the bombing, a father took his son by the hand and ran from a building that a bomb had exploded in. He runs from this building with his son, and out in the front yard, another bomb had exploded earlier and had left this crater. And to avoid shrapnel and things flying around in the air, the dad jumped into this crater. It's evidently pretty deep because he jumped into it and the son couldn't see him any longer, and the son froze right there on the edge of that crater. And the dad hollered at him and told him to jump. Well, the little boy was afraid and he said, "I can't see you." And the dad hollered back, "Well, I can see you. Jump." And the little boy jumped into the arms of his father there in that crater. He was terrified, but he knew the voice that was calling him. It was the voice of his father. And he jumped because he loved his father, no doubt, and he trusted his father. You see, in any relationship worthwhile, there's trust. There's really no relationship without trust. And this little boy, this young son, trusted his father, and he jumped into a hole, a crater, that he did not know what was in there other than the fact his father was there. And his father said, "I'm waiting for you. I'll catch you. Jump." Well, sometimes we feel that way with God. We love God. We believe God. And we have confidence in Him because we know Him. We know Him. That's such a calming presence in our lives today. For those who know Jesus Christ, there's a calming presence. The Word of God is wonderful at all times, but especially in times like this. You know, a lot of things become unimportant during times of difficulty. Well, the Bible, the Word of God, becomes even more important, if that's possible, during difficult days. You can trust in the Word of God. Faith is trust in God that transforms our relationships and our spirit. It brings calm to our spirit. And so I want to encourage you today, have faith in God. Trust Him. He's worth that. And get into the Word of God. Meditate on it day in and day out and night. There are many things that you can set your mind to. You can listen to the news 24/7 if you want. But I'm going to tell you that reading the Word of God's going to give you a lot more peace of mind than anything else. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever, and you can count on that. You know, the songwriter got it right when he said, "Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus, but to trust and obey. I was looking at that old hymn the other day, and the first verse says, when we walk with the Lord in the light of his word, what glory he sheds on our way. Let us do his good will. He abides with us still, and with all who trust and obey. For trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. That second verse says, not a burden we bear, not a sorrow we share, but our toil he doth richly repay. Not a grief or a loss, not a frown or a cross, but is blessed if we trust and obey. And then that last verse there, but we never can prove the delights of his love until all on the altar we lay. For the favor he shows and the joy he bestows are for them who will trust and obey. I don't know about you, but I'm going to keep trusting in our God. Job did so. Many in the scriptures we can find them in difficult situations and they trusted God. Well, I'm going to trust in him, and I encourage you to do that as well. Get into the Word. Look to the Lord. Look up. Our redemption draws nigh. God bless you. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Take care.